My mom has the worst kitchen in America.
From the outside of this quaint storybook-like home, most would find it hard to believe that it contained the worst kitchen in America. The house was built in the late 1940s or early 50s and possesses some idyllic design elements, such as the cove ceilings in the living and dining rooms and the built-in cabinetry in the dining room. Since we've owned the house, we've worked to update the rooms a bit by adding some more color, adding shelving and storage in the living room, and carpeting the upstairs to create a cozy play area for our daughter and additional storage for ourselves. There's still many things we'd like to fix, such as replacing the fireplace's faux rocks, replacing the cracked tile work in the breezeway, but most importantly, we desperately need to redo the kitchen. The first major problem is that the space is just too small. We've talked about expanding to the back or to the side or just removing the wall between the kitchen and dining room, but have been unable to decide on what to do. And quite frankly, the cost of it all is very daunting. When you look around the space, you'll see some of the improvements we've tried to make, such as the addition of a cabinet with countertop that doesn't match, of course, which has become a landing space for purses, keys, and mail. There's also a small cabinet next to the stove we've added. Again, it doesn't match, but it doesn't stick out quite as much either. The cabinets themselves are original to the home. They were built in at the time of construction, not simply hung like modern cabinets. They have no drawer runners, so it's loads of fun in the summer to try to open the drawers in the peak of the humidity. They have even cracked when trying to open them. I have one cabinet with a blind corner for pots and pans, and watching me try to locate certain items that are not used as often is always a treat. The cabinets go all the way to the ceiling, which is nice for storage, but I have to tote my stool around the room with me as I can't reach anything on the top shelves. As for what's missing in the kitchen, the obvious is of course the dishwasher and disposal. Not so obvious is the drain covers. So we have mesh replacements. We're not sure what happened to them. There's no pantry whatsoever. A few cupboards contain day-to-day essentials, but the bulk of my pantry items and appliances are on shelves in the basement. We do have an exhaust fan, but although it makes a lot of noise, we're not so sure that it's working. In the summer, we love to cook outside, but getting there is quite a trip. We have to go down the steps, out the door, through the breezeway, and out into the patio. So our dream kitchen will have a door directly to the outside. And I think the thing I hate the most about the kitchen, if all the other reasons aren't enough, is that I feel like I'm cooking in a box. I'm completely shut off from the rest of the house, and there's no place for anyone to sit and chat while I'm working. I would love to have a view of the dining room or have a space where our daughter could work and do homework, or art projects while I'm making dinner, or my husband and guests could sit and enjoy a cocktail while I prep the meal. The most amazing thing is that despite having an atrocious kitchen, I still use it all the time. Cooking is my number one hobby. Most people assume that I acquired my love of cooking from my mom or my grandma, but it was actually my dad who inspired me. As a kid growing up, my dad did most of the cooking. It was nothing awe-inspiring. But later in my dad's career, he started traveling more and more for business, and everywhere he went, he would try new and exciting foods and come home and try to replicate those meals for us. It wasn't long after that he started watching Food Network, and so did I. Emeril was a family favorite back then. Next, it was surfing for ideas online and emailing them to me, suggesting we try them on the weekend. Since my dad's death 6 years ago, some of that has changed, but we really do carry on in his spirit. My mom has sold the large family home with extensive kitchen we used to cook in to move closer to me and my family. She has a great condo, but not the space to cook in like we used to have. So my family tends to gather here for holidays and vacation time. And when we're all here, we're a dozen or more. We're a bit cramped at times, but I do my best to entertain in a way that would make my father proud. In my tiny kitchen, I carry on the family canning tradition. My husband loves to garden, so we always have fresh produce to work with. The making of apple pies for the freezer, holiday cookies, sausage making, and just recently, I prepped 30 whole chickens for a family reunion. I love to do it, but I would definitely appreciate having more space to do it in. All of this and more is why I feel I have DIY's worst kitchen in America and so hope to win this contest.